but he was talking about Mike Taylor saying some things in the locker room after the loss to Ohio State. If you could just share what that was like and what the message was and how it was received.
Well, I think the main thing that we all kind of discussed in the locker room was just, making sure that we all, the leaders of the team really pull everybody up and just keep your heads up, stay positive, and just, we got to move on, And the thing is, we lost a tough game again, and so it's one of those things where, it could have gone either way. And so, we have another opportunity this week, playing a good team at Purdue, and we're excited about it.
You got a little taste of Big Ten football now, half a season. How tough were the last two road environments to play in? How would you describe those?
I don't think they're too tough in terms of the crowd noise or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty exciting though in terms of playing at Ohio State, playing at Michigan State. It doesn't get any better than that. I always view it as a quarterback. 100 yards is 100 yards. It doesn't matter where you play, and so I'll play anywhere, anytime. And it was exciting to play there. Great experience. Probably one of my better experiences ever in college football to play at Ohio State. Just kind of pretty awesome.
I know you guys took a lot of pride in your production on third down. What have you seen in the last two games in the third down production that's gone down a little bit?
I think the main thing is, when you're playing better defenses, that always plays into a little bit. But I think the main thing is we just got to make plays, and I think we're still doing a really good job of converting when we need to and making plays when we need to. But there's that little thing that we're missing, whatever it is. If it's a block, if it's a throw that I just missed, or maybe somebody drops it, whatever it is, we got to make sure that we capitalize on it. And that's the thing that we have to keep working on during practice and keep believing in that we're going to make those plays. And just the main thing is stay out of third and long situations and just try to keep it third and short and keep getting first downs.
Rob, in a situation like this, what experience do you call on past that you've been through, baseball, football, whatever, to help you get through this, to help you keep the team up and motivated at this time?
I think my experience definitely plays a vital role into it, especially playing the quarterback position. But more than anything, I think that, my dad taught me something about perseverance, and just, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on in the situation, during the game or during the season, you just got to keep pushing, keep working. And, I'm going to put everything I have into it every single week, every single film session that I go into is 100%. And it's going to be like that. It's always going to be like that. It's got to be like that for every single player on this football team. And, I'm going to make sure it is that way.
Jesse?
Russell, you just touched on this a couple times, but 2 weeks ago this team's lined up to maybe playing for a national championship, and now it's it's going to be a struggle to get to the Rose Bowl. Have you allowed yourself to even think about kind of what's the opportunities that have been lost in the last couple of weeks, or is that something that is impossible with the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think you think about the opportunities that you could have had, in terms of playing for the national championship and all that. But at the same time, you got to have a narrow focus, and I think our focus right now is just winning one game at a time and staying that way, and making sure that we're really focusing on that and one practice at a time. And if we can do that, I think we'll have a chance to have a great opportunity down the road. But more than anything, we have to focus on what we can control and making sure that we capitalize on the opportunities that we have.
So you guys have really gotten it going in the fourth quarter. These last couple of games have gotten back into the game from a double-digit deficit. What do you see happening there with this team to climb back?
Well, like I talked about earlier, our perseverance, I think, is definitely there. Our ability to score fast is there. And we never give up. We believe that we can always score, we can always make plays. The defense made a couple stops there at the end to give us the ball back, capitalized on it. And I think that in terms of the huddle and the no huddle situations, we've been really calm and relaxed and just trusting in what we know and getting first downs. And then when we see an opportunity, those game-altering opportunities, plays like Abby catching those touchdowns, those are big-time plays that you can't miss on, and we capitalize on those.
Russell, at Michigan State, you guys scored and were tied. Ohio State scored and went ahead. I imagine, given your confidence level, you figured, okay, we're going overtime, and okay, we're going to win. Before you got here, have you ever been in a situation where you lost back-to-back games in this manner?
No, I don't think in this manner. It's pretty tough to lose basically on you can almost say two Hail Marys, I guess you could say. Two last on the second plays. But I never believe I'm out of it. I never believe that we can't come back, no matter what the situation, until the clock says 0. So you know, in terms of the Michigan State situation, that was a tough one because you couldn't do anything about it. You know, it was kind of, you know, up in the air, and it's, you know, there's no time on the clock, so it's either overtime or not, and it wasn't. So, and then, you know, this situation, it was, we had, you know, Monty and I were both talking on, you know, on the sideline. Hey, they gave us too much time. You know, they gave us 20 seconds. You know, and we believed that. We truly believed that, and we had opportunities, and we almost got it there, and it just didn't work out for whatever reason.
You mentioned Jared before. Can you talk about how he's improved in these last 2 games, just how he's played and your impressions?
Well, I think Jared's work ethic during the week is outstanding. You know, he goes 100% every day. He's a guy that is an intelligent player. He works hard in understanding what I'm trying to understand out in the field and in the film room. And so his knowledge of the game, his desire to be great is definitely there. And he just has to keep working. We have to keep working together, and same with the rest of the guys.
How much of a step up was it these last couple of games in terms of the competition you faced on the field?
You know, obviously when you're playing, you know, Ohio States of the world, Michigan States, it's going to be, you know, great competition. I definitely believe, you know, we can match that competition without a doubt in my mind. You know, we definitely have a lot of talent on our football team, and we just have to find ways to capitalize on certain plays. You know, and I believe that if we can do that, you know, we'll have a chance to continue to win and just play great.
Russell, did you think Ohio State's defensive speed and tackling neutralized your ability to scramble a little bit? And that one open field tackle the guy had on the 2, did you surprise you with that one?
That was kind of my fault, really, to be honest with you, I think. You know, I probably should have just kept going. You know, I thought he had it angled on me, but, you know, I just got to trust my speed probably a little bit more there. You know, but the next play, Monty, you know, had a huge hole. But in terms of their speed, I knew they were fast, you know, just like the Nebraskas of the world or Michigan States, you know they're going to be fast, athletic, you know, athletes out in the field. And so you have to make sure you get north and south and get plays and get first downs. And I think we did that in terms of, you know, the running situations I had. You know, there wasn't really too much there at the time just because of the way they were playing it. But and I think that we did get positive gains, you know, certain times when I did have to run. We just have to make sure that we continue to get first downs throughout the game.
Russell, over the past 2 weeks, it's pretty obvious that you guys have played with a sense of urgency late in games with your back against the wall. I'm just curious, can you play with that same sense of urgency in other parts of the game? Oh, and if so, is it disappointing that you guys haven't really in the last 2 games?
I wouldn't say we haven't played with a sense of urgency. I would say that you have to, you know, pace the game a little bit. Sometimes you want to play fast, and sometimes you need to make sure that everybody's on the same page, especially when you're playing away. You have to make sure everybody's on the same page, and the huddle's good, and just getting in and out of the huddle. And you want to see different things for later in the game. And so in terms of executing, I think that's really what it really comes down to. And I think we've done a good job of that. You know, it's just, like I said earlier, you know, it's one series that maybe, hey, we got to execute on this series, and we didn't, you know. And so I think we have to just keep being positive, you know, throughout the huddle, on the sideline. We're doing a great job, and just, you know, make plays when we need to.
Anything else from Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, Russell, how deep are you into your Purdue preparation? What do you know? What have you seen, or what do you know about that?
You know, I've watched you know, a little bit yesterday and today. I'm going to watch a little bit more this afternoon. But you know, obviously they got a good defensive line. You see some of those guys, you know, up front for their defensive line. They can move around extremely well. They do some different things in the secondary. So we have to get a lot of film in and make sure that we're all on the same page and understanding, you know, what they're trying to do, and capitalize on plays that we need to throughout the game.
All right. Thanks, Russell.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.